What's special about this place is that it is what the biologists call as a cypress gallery. And a gallery, I love the name of that because it really is the feeling of being in a very special place. This is a very rare piece of the Cibolo Creek because the trees, the stand of cypress, are so old and it's so pristine still, even though we really are an urban park. We're really becoming more and more surrounded by development. The thing about this creek is that it's one of those few streams that's still nearly pristine and very wild and beautiful. It starts just north of Bernie and travels 96 miles south down to where it joins into the San Antonio River. This Cibolo Creek reminds us of our past, but it's also so important for our future. When we started the Nature Center, it was a group of friends with small kids realizing that there really was no place for that next generation to have to go play in nature. And it still, of course, is a motivation, and we see it every day with hundreds of kids coming through and experiencing this place, and that feels really good. But the thing that was interesting is that as we became bigger and we got more people involved and people who understood more about the Cibolo than we did and helped us understand more about it. And as time went on, we discovered that this Cibolo Creek that's just this pretty little pristine canopy here to us actually is critical recharge for the Edwards and Trinity aquifers. An aquifer is an underground reservoir that holds the water that we end up drinking. This little lazy creek goes right downstream and goes underground into the Edwards and Trinity aquifers. It vanishes literally underground. And that was such an aha that it not only is a beautiful stream and important to protect for the natural beauty and the habitat and the birds and the plants that are here, but also for the human population. The Cibolo Conservation Corridor is an initiative of the Cibolo Nature Center, and we realized when we started working on this 100 acres that we are not an island, that the Cibolo Creek is something that really is a very vital and important water source. The Cibolo Conservation Corridor is a stretch of the creek that starts at the top of the Cibolo Nature Center on Highway 46 and goes downstream about 5 miles. This Cibolo Creek up here is so sweet and gentle and such a mellow little creek. It feels so friendly and a great place for children to wade in. As it goes downstream, you wouldn't even recognize it. It goes past the fern bank and gets wide and deep, and then beyond that, it actually goes into the canyon land where it dramatically changes and becomes this turbulent river that has huge waterfalls and whirlpools. As it goes beyond that, it carves even deeper into the canyon. And on those bluffs of the canyon, you can see so many beautiful species that you would not see anywhere else. Some of them that we've identified down there were thought to be nearly extinct in the hill country. It's a really amazing lost world. But that's where the creek really starts to do its most dramatic recharge. That's where you'll see the cracks in the bottom of the river where the water literally goes underground to recharge the Edwards and Trinity aquifers. An area like this is so sensitive that if, for example, a subdivision was built right on the edge of the creek, something as simple as the runoff from the yard, the pesticides in the yards would be coming into the creek, which would then be going into the aquifer, which would then be coming out of your faucet. It's a simple problem of pollution getting into the creek. Our goal is to try to buffer this creek enough to protect it from having those kinds of pollutants go in and severely damage the aquifer. The initiative is about several things. It's about educating the community and the region about the importance of the Cibolo Creek. It's about stewardship of the lands, buying the farm. The farm is 62 acres of land that the Nature Center has recently acquired. It runs almost the entire length of the Cibolo Creek adjacent to the Cibolo Nature Center. We felt like protecting the farm was absolutely critical to protecting this. The farm is right there. And if that turned into development, then all of this would be lost. It's about education of the public, of landowners that live upstream that affect the water that comes through here. And it's about research. The citizen scientists are a group of volunteers, but they do extensive research at the Cibolo Nature Center and along this stretch of the corridor on the water quality, the water quantity. We study the birds and the great blue herons and the butterflies and try to understand how this habitat is doing. Is it healthy, and how do we keep it healthy? Then we gather that data and we're able to share it with others to help them understand how to protect habitats. The Cibolo Nature Center felt like someone needed to pay attention to the importance of the Cibolo Creek. There's lots of rivers and streams in the country that get a lot of attention. No one was protecting the Cibolo Creek.
Oh man, that was a good one.
And we felt like it was our responsibility to bring awareness to the importance of this creek. But it is not something that the Nature Center can do alone. We need the support of everyone that cares about this creek to help us in any number of ways, whether it be financially, whether it be through building awareness with the political powers that be, whether it be other agencies coming in to support the work of the Cibolo Conservation Corridor. But it is something that is much bigger than the Cibolo Nature Center. We need lots of help to make this a reality. The Cibolo Nature Center and the Cibolo Conservation Corridor belong to all of us.